Hi, I'm Digital Rebel, and in this video I want to review the Holy Warrior T2. Okay, so this is a repro of an Aimpoint T2. It is obviously a Chinese kind of copy. However, it does actually hold up looks-wise quite nicely to the real one. Okay, so it even has trades. So I've painted mine obviously to go with my Mark 18, but it has actually got trades, the Aimpoint written across there. And the thing that actually on all of the Holy Warrior stuff is they've actually got the trades on there. So they've got, you know, the XPS has the markings on it. All the Aimpoints have the markings on it. The Vortex HD repro that they have, short dot, all have all the markings. And the same with, you can get the Super Precision, Geisley Super Precision rail mounts, scope mounts. And that has all the Super Precision Geisley trades on it as well. So if you're looking for something that actually has kind of a bit of legitimacy as far as sort of looks-wise, especially, then you can do worse than these things for it. Okay, so let's get down to the kind of nitty-gritty. So I use this on my Mark 18, like I said, which is here, which is my MWS, my gas blowback. So it does have a little bit of sort of recoil impulse, not a huge amount. But it has a little bit, and the dot hasn't wandered so far that much. But I have heard stories that they do. Okay, and especially if you're looking for something that's going to be shooting long distances and stuff like that. So with the red dot, it's not going to matter too much. If you're engaging at sort of airsoft distances when you're doing some sort of OBUA or CQB, then realistically, that kind of the wandering stuff isn't going to matter too much because you're moving in through buildings. You spot a target, you might pop up, hit him centre mass, and it's going to guide the right way. Okay, or you should be able to be pretty much on target if you're going to be hitting them. Okay, with the gas blowback, obviously, so you'll be hitting. You don't want to be using as many BBs, so you might want to consider something a bit more robust when it comes to keeping it zero. But as far as the actual dot goes, okay, so let's see if you can see in there. So look on the computer to make sure you can. Okay. Oh, where are you? Wrong way. There you go. So it's pretty good. It's pretty bright. Works really well in daytime, which is obviously important. And also, actually, I've heard that it works under night vision as well. So you can then see that dots under the night vision, like you would want to in kind of obviously nighttime environment. Okay, I run this with I have run this with a magnifier, which is another Holy Warrior one, which I don't really like. However, I've been discussing with other people as well, and it seems that actually a lot of people don't like magnifiers. They're much for acquired taste, and most people actually prefer to use a short dot these days if you're looking for that kind of longer range sort of precision shot. So yeah, maybe I'll switch over to one of those. But yeah, it's pretty good. You can turn it up to 12, which is awesome. Turn it up to 11, turn it up to 12, and with this little dial, it's pretty faithful to the original. It feels pretty positive when you're turning it. There's no click, but it feels quite nice. Same with the zeroing. You can zero it left, right, up and down for your windage and elevation, that kind of stuff. And you just use the little thing around the side here, which then takes off, and then you can click it. You can change it on the little dials. Obviously, you can't change windage on the fly. You wouldn't really want to. It's a red dot. You're not sniping one of these. So that's kind of why what it's used for. It's very good. Stick it on the front of stick it on the mount on your Picatinny rail, and it's perfect for that sort of CQB or the sort of short range engagements. Comes equipped with this Unity mount again. If I didn't have the paint on it, it has all the trades, so that's nice. A nice look. Quick release mount's pretty good. It feels really positive when it's on the rifle. It doesn't really move, which is kind of an important thing for me because I've had occasionally with my MWS that it will things will move a little bit. So I've thread locked everything down. So the barrel is now thread locked, and anything that twists is now thread locked. And yeah, so that's pretty important to me that it doesn't kind of rattle off because I've seen that happen before. I used an ACOG which didn't have a quick release mount, and it just kind of rattled and then sort of fell apart or fell off, which wasn't good because it wasn't mine. But luckily it survived. Okay, additional parts to this then. So obviously it is a reproduction. which does mean that there's parts of this that suffer. Big one for me is the battery. Okay, if you look at an actual T2, or even if you look at Vortex Optics, SARC, or whichever ones they are now, they've got they're rated in the thousands for their battery life. They will last you years. You can leave it on, and it will last for ages. So this won't. I've left this on for 2 days at a milsim, and it's been out of battery. So it's definitely, if you're looking for something that you're going to leave on all the time, then don't get one of these. Obviously, most of the time, if you're going to be skirmishing, you're only going to be using it for like half an hour at a time, maybe an hour. Great. Turn it off when you get back to, you take back to your safe area, and then wait till you're going to go out again. Okay. But if you're in a milsim event, you might leave it on because you don't want to be turning it off. You might be out for a few hours. Potentially sort of rolling engagements and stuff like that. Then you're probably not going to be wanting to use something that's going to just die on you and you have to change the battery. So yeah, it is. If overall, I would say that for skirmishing, it's fantastic. For the look, pretty bloody awesome. You're not going to get anything really much closer to the actual one than this. They've done a decent job. If you're going to be using gas blowback, it works. However, I would be careful. Like I said, this one's been okay, but I have heard stories of them walking with the sort of the zero walking. And so if you're using gas blowback, especially if it's a heavy impulse as well, using like a heavy buffer, then probably wouldn't get one. Probably get something a bit more substantial like a Vortex, but they are 4 times the price. So if you want something at 60 quid that you can use for your regular Sunday skirmish or even limited milsim events with an AEG, then you could do worse than getting one of the Holy Warriors. Okay, they do these ones, they do the T2s, they do the I think they do a T1 as well. They do the Vortex HDs, and also they do the EXP versions as well. So that's the EOTech holographic sights, which are apparently really good. So apparently they have parallax as well. If I get my hands on one, I'll review that as well. But for now, this is the Holy Warrior T2. I'll leave a link in the description where you can get it on AliExpress. And yeah, if you want one, go and get it. If you use a red dot in your airsoft life, if you use, if you're a shooter and use a red dot, and you ever try using a really cheap one and it's wanders off zero, let me know in the comments. If you've got a better version of this, then let me know as well, because I'll have a look. And yeah, like and subscribe. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.